Hey guys, and welcome to NYG Forecast with Mal. We are heading into week 16 of a pretty, lackluster season for the New York Giants with not much to say here going into this week. Well, Brian Dable was fired, head coach, defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. So we are now at the point where we are already eliminated from playoffs. There's not really much for us to play for. Giants currently hold the number one overall pick in next year's draft, but however, there are still 3 games left of the season, so we are going to be talking about this weekend's matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. Guys, not much to say. Some things that we need to continue to look for are Jackson Dart's development. How is he doing going into these next 3 games? What do we still have for the future, and what do we have to build upon? Jackson Dart has had a pretty good season for a rookie. However, pretty tough circumstances for him. Pretty tough schedule, losing an entire coaching staff. Front office has been predominantly incompetent, but that's nothing new. However, he also lost his starting running back and his starting wide receiver 1, so a lack of weapons. Jackson Dart has really had to overcome adversity, and I think so far he has done good. So I am more so looking forward to how he develops going into this game. Another rookie that I have my eyes on this game are Abdul Carter. He is coming off of a strong performance against the Washington Commanders last week. Let's see how much he can build upon that and consistently do it over the next few weeks. Hopefully we can see more production from him to see what we have for next season, as he only gets better as he trains in the off season now. JJ McCarthy had a pretty rough start to the season, as much of you guys have seen the meme where, a player does poorly, or a quarterback to be specific, and they get what they so-called nined, which means that they're kind of put into that JJ McCarthy meme, which, kind of sucks for him. However, he's had a pretty stellar past few games. Remember, JJ McCarthy barely played his rookie season with that injury, so this is really the first time we're kind of getting to see him, and he's starting to really come into his own in Minnesota there. They're coming off of a big win against the Dallas Cowboys, which ultimately wound up diminishing the Cowboys' playoff chances. So Minnesota is a team that is still fighting in a tough division in the NFC North. I don't foresee them letting up in any way, shape, or form. I think that this is going to be a really hard matchup for the Giants. I think that the defense has struggled under our new interim defensive coordinator. They have not really shown that there was really any difference. So I think that whole entire unit needs a reset, whether it's guys are checked out, whether they're not performing, whether they're not executing properly, whether, something's going on in that locker room. We just don't know exactly what it is. Brian Burns has come out and said that he's tired of it. Hey, as a fan, we're all tired of it. So this weekend's matchup is really just to look into what we have moving forward. Like I said, no playoff implications. The only thing that's really being affected is the draft pick, and I'm not someone that's going to root for the Giants to lose. If they do, is what it is. We're used to it, but I always want to see a Giants win. We haven't had a victory Monday since we beat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, which is a really long time ago, so it would be nice to actually see the guys able to celebrate and kind of get some culture back into the locker room. So we shall see what happens. Make sure you guys subscribe to us on all of our platforms at 14 Rings and NFC East Podcast. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you will see all of our individual episodes and game previews for the week. Earl, Maurice, and Lucas also have one, so make sure you subscribe to us so that you can view those. Everybody have a great night. Looking forward to the game. Go Big Blue.